let's say, which of these three things has changed the way humans live in the last 100 years? Primarily, politics, science and technology, or religion?
Science and technology.
Science and technology. Other forces are also working to change the way humanity works, but it has been predominantly science and technology. Okay, so that is why it is very important. Even if we don't pursue science as a scientist, to have a basic understanding of science is extremely important, Hiba, isn't it? Why? Because we are living in a world where at every step we are using technology. And what is technology? Application of science, isn't it? Okay, now, what is physics? The study of nature, right? Somebody said that in physics we study about matter, motion, right? What is motion?
The movement of an object.
The movement of an object. So, Shiv, are you moving right now or are you static? So, in a way, you might be static with respect to the objects within your room, yes or no? Because you and the objects in your room are moving at the same speed in the same direction. So, it can feel that we are static. But if you look from any other planet or from the moon, the earth as a whole is moving, right, Prachi? So if the earth is moving, it means all of us are moving. So motion is something that depends on the observer. Can we say that? Yes or no? So motion, whether something is static or not, depends on the observer. Siddharth, does it make sense to you? And that is what we call relative motion. So motion is relative. It depends on who is looking at motion. Okay? Who is observing the motion? Now, have you ever heard of a person called Newton? What did Newton do?
He coined gravity, the term gravity.
He coined the term gravity, or he understood how gravity works.
Yeah, he understood how it works.
Okay. Newton contributed a lot. Okay. Newton understood laws of motion. Newton was the first person to explain how gravitation force works. Newton also gave the term vibgyor, that there are 7 colors in white light. He also gave us laws of optics. So he contributed a lot. Now, because we are discussing physics, we will discuss a topic that is there in a portion, and that is related to motion. And the name of the topic is laws of motion. What do you mean by laws of motion? When you hear the term laws of motion, what does it mean? Anyone? The laws, the rules in this universe that govern motion, right? So when we say laws of motion, there are some rules, Anjani, and Newton discovered those rules. He understood that how these rules are working, and motion appeared very complex to people because they could not understand. Thanks to Newton, now all of us can understand more or less motion with just 3 rules in this nature. Do you understand? With just 3 rules, you can define motion of almost everything. Why am I saying almost? Because there are limits to Newton's laws of motion. Do you understand? So just with 3 rules, we can understand, Hiba, that how anything works, how anything moves. Correct, Siddhant? So there are 3 laws of motion. What is the first law of motion?
The law of inertia.
Very good. What is inertia? First law of motion is the law of inertia. Very good. What is inertia? Inertia is resistance to change. Inherent nature of not welcoming any kind of change. So that is what is inertia. Okay. So what is the first law? That we do not need any force to sustain motion. If there is no force, whatever is the state of motion will remain unchanged. Prachi, what does it mean? It means that if there is an object, okay, let's say there is a rock in space, in vacuum, the rock is moving in certain direction with certain speed. The speed of the rock will not change, the direction will not change, and it will continue to move in the same direction with same speed if there is no force acting on it. That is the first law. Then how come everything comes to a halt on Earth? Because if the state of motion does not change, the object should always continue to move. Then what is it that's causing the object to stop? Yes, Anjani?
Maybe another force?
Yes, and that is a very common force. What is it?
Gravity.
No. See, think about it. You are sliding something. You slide your book on your table. The book comes to a halt. Friction. Okay, so on Earth there is friction, Anjani. So friction opposes relative motion between two surfaces. So if anything is sliding, it stops because of friction. So friction is a force. If there was no friction, for example, let's assume that you are sliding on a frozen lake where there is very little friction. So you will continue to slide for very long, isn't it? Yes or no? So if there are no forces, the state of motion does not change. This is the first law of motion. Do you all understand? So and in IGCSE, it's important, if you don't write proper keywords, you would lose mark, even if you understand. So how we will define the first law of motion? We will say the first law of motion is, in absence of a net external force. Net external force, this is important. The state of motion of an object remains unchanged. There are two key terms. One is the state of motion and one is net external force. What do we mean by net external force? Even if there is an object, there are forces acting on it. Okay. For example, right now I'm standing. So is the Earth's gravitational pull trying to pull me down? Is there a force that is acting on me in the downward direction?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes. Then if Earth is pulling me down, why am I not moving in the direction of center of the Earth?
There's another force acting.
And what is it? Anjani, if you drop me, and please don't do ever something like this, if you drop me from a high-rise building, I will start moving towards the Earth. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So right now, when I'm standing on the ground, I'm not moving in that direction. So it means even though Earth is pulling me down, something else must be acting on me, which is balancing the force of gravity on me.
Yeah.
And what is it? That is the reaction that the ground is providing me. So that is what we call normal reaction. So if on an object there are two forces, there is force due to gravity, mg, and there is normal reaction, n. If n and mg are balancing each other out, there are external forces, but there is no net external force. So do you understand? There can be external forces, but if there is no net external force, in that case, the state of motion does not change. 100% clear, Siddhant? Okay. Can anyone tell me what does state of motion mean? The state of motion does not change. What does the state of motion mean? Anyone? What does state of motion mean? State of motion for now means mass times velocity. What is mass? Mass is a physical quantity. Is mass a physical quantity? Shiv,
Yes.
what is a physical quantity?
Like mass.
Mass. But so is length. What is a physical quantity? How do we define physical quantities?
Something you can measure.
Something that we can measure. Very good. Prachi, you meet an alien from some other universe. Okay, so hypothetical, isn't it? Now it is your responsibility to explain your universe to that person, that alien, that being. To call him a person is not right, right? So you can understand this universe, and there are some measurable aspects of the universe like mass, length, time, temperature, electric current. So these measurable aspects help us understand the reality much better, right? So mass is a physical quantity. So is velocity. Velocity also is a physical quantity or not? What is velocity, anyone? What is
Meter.
velocity?
Speed.
So speed and velocity are exactly the same.
No.
So what is the difference?
Velocity depends on direction.
Very good. Speed with a direction is what we call velocity. So if something is moving with certain speed in a particular direction, so the velocity is same. But let's say there is a circular path and there is a car moving on this circular path at a constant speed. Okay. Now tell me, the velocity of the car is changing or not? The speed is constant. Anjani, the car is moving. Ria, tell me, a car is moving on a circular path at a constant speed. The velocity of the car is changing or not?
It's changing
Why?
because the direction is changing.
Because the direction is changing. So even if the speed is constant, velocity can change because velocity has two aspects. One is its magnitude. How fast is it moving? One is its direction. Okay. Now let's say there is an object. The object was moving rightwards always, but initially it was moving at 1 meter per second. Then after some time it was moving at 2 meter per second. So did the velocity change or not? Yes, because velocity also means magnitude. How fast is it going? So what is velocity? Speed in a particular direction. And what is a state of motion? For now, we will define a state of motion as a product of mass and velocity. Do you understand? And we will give a new name to this physical quantity. What do we call this? Mass into velocity?
Momentum.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. This is momentum. Absolutely correct. Prachi, in higher classes, you would come to know about one other kind of momentum, that is angular momentum. So this is linear momentum, a bit more precisely if you want to say. But your answer is absolutely correct. So what is linear momentum? Mass into velocity. So how can we say first law of motion? We can say if there is no net external force, the linear momentum of an object does not change. Mass into velocity does not change. The state of motion does not change. 100% clear, everyone?